Simon McGregor Wood has more on what happened.
The attempted coup was launched at 10:30 on Friday night. Heavily armed troops and tanks took up position at key strategic locations, including the bridges across the Bosphorus. At the country's main international airport in Istanbul, all flights were quickly cancelled. State media was taken off the air as soldiers occupied their buildings. The military issued a statement saying their intention was to reinstall the constitutional order, democracy, human rights and freedoms to ensure that the rule of law once again reigns in the country. It was the same story in the capital, Ankara, where tanks moved into position against the parliament and presidential palace, watched by stunned onlookers. The military even deployed aircraft and helicopters. Several loud explosions were heard. President Erdogan was on holiday on the Aegean coast. Later, he managed to make an appeal to the people of Turkey using an iPhone. He called on them to confront the coup. They did so in huge numbers all across Turkey, confronting the soldiers face to face. It was a critical moment in a dramatic night. There were crowds at the airport where they also overcame nervous soldiers. In the early hours, President Erdogan was able to fly in. Surrounded by jubilant supporters, it was an image of him taking back control. He accused the coup plotters of treason.
Let me say that what happened is treason. The people responsible for it will receive a heavy penalty for their treason. They did not respect this nation's decisions, evident in their votes, and have betrayed the official elected government and the president, who by our constitution is their commander-in-chief. This is not going to end as they hoped.
Gunfire and explosions were heard near Parliament in Ankara, but as dawn arrived, the balance tipped in favour of the protesters and the government. Pictures emerged of the damage caused by airstrikes. Soldiers began to give up their weapons. Many were taken into custody by the police or armed members of the public. Dozens of people had been killed overnight. And on Saturday morning, hundreds of soldiers were arrested, including senior generals. The coup appeared to be running out of steam as the government started to reassert control after a dramatic night. Simon McGregor Wood, TRT World.